My book, A Sea of Poppies, is set in 1838, in the years immediately preceding the Opium War. But it's really about these characters who find themselves on a ship that ends up heading towards Mauritius, which is where Indian indentured workers were taken in that period. And one of the central characters is called Diti. And I'm going to read to you right from the start of the book. The vision of a tall-masted ship at sail on the ocean came to Diti on an otherwise ordinary day, but she knew instantly that the apparition was a sign of destiny, for she had never seen such a vessel before, not even in a dream. How could she have, living as she did in northern Bihar, 400 miles from the coast? Her village was so far inland that the sea seemed as distant as the netherworld. It was the chasm of darkness where the holy Ganga disappeared into the Kala Pani, the black water. It happened at the end of winter, in a year when the poppies were strangely slow to shed their petals. For mile after mile, from Benares onwards, the Ganga seemed to be flowing between twin glaciers, both its banks being blanketed by thick drifts of white-petaled flowers. It was as if the snows of the high Himalayas had descended on the plains to await the arrival of Holi and its springtime profusion of color. The village in which Diti lived was on the outskirts of the town of Ghazipur, some 50 miles east of Benares. Like all her neighbors, Diti was preoccupied with the lateness of her poppy crop. That day, she rose early and went through the motions of her daily routine, laying out a freshly washed dhoti and kameez for her husband, Hukam Singh, and preparing the rotis and achar he would eat at midday. Once his meal had been wrapped and packed, she broke off to pay a quick visit to her shrine room. Later, after she'd bathed and changed, Diti would do a proper puja with flowers and offerings. Now, being clothed still in her nighttime sari, she merely stopped at the door to join her hands in a brief genuflection. Soon, a squeaking wheel announced the arrival of the ox cart that would take Hukam Singh to the factory where he worked, in Ghazipur, 3 miles away. Although not far, the distance was too great for Hukam Singh to cover on foot, for he had been wounded in the leg while serving as a sepoy in a British regiment. The disability was not so severe as to require crutches, however, and Hukam Singh was able to make his way to the cart without assistance.